Hi, Luke. Thanks for joining me on a
Hi,
Sunday
Chris.
evening. Appreciate you making time and joining us.
Hi, Chris. That is my pleasure to have a chance to talk on this on live like this.
It's great to have you on. I've been working with you for almost a year or a bit more, right? And it's amazing what you have done behind the team. I respect that. And we have been having a bunch of series of talk with dealers with microfront ends in Angular in iOS, and you're the god of Android. So sitting you on the talk to us and share your knowledge on microfront and on Android.
Yeah. Okay. Mm, I think I will introduce a bit about myself, right? Hmm? Hi,
Sure,
everyone
sure,
online.
sure.
I am Nguyễn. In Vietnam, my name is Nguyễn. I usually use my name is Luke for short. Right? I have more than 10 years working in mobile development, and my favorite one is Android. I usually say that I am an Android lover instead of a developer. I work for many device type from the phone, tablet to the TV, the Android car, and even the Google Glass. Yeah, and I am like seeking for the higher for a higher set of customer. I want to I want the customer to enjoy the app like what how I feel when I make the app.
Yeah, I'm sure the I'm sure the new app that we are launching. I can't name it, but I'm sure people will love that.
Yeah. I hope so. I think so. So I think I will share. I will start sharing my screen. Okay. Can you see the slide? Yeah, Chris.
Very well, very clear.
Okay. Hi everyone. Hi Chris. Today I am going to talk about how to build a journey to build a microfront architecture on Android. And this first section, my first time section, I will talk about build a base library for developer with the top four concept, the concept that is named by myself based on my experience. So I will introduce a bit about micro front end. Maybe in there is a lot of description about this this keyword, this concept. But for in a developer view, I think this is like we try to split the app, a big whole app into a smaller one, and integrate them, make them run. I think so. The micro front end architecture have many advantages like we can scale the team bigger and bigger. We can each team can focus on their job, on their feature, on their business, and they can reuse the feature in another place. And the other one is like technology independence. It means that maybe in the business function A, we use the MVVM architecture, for example, and the other one we use MVC. That when I try to build a microphone on native Android app, I I try to make the framework, the architecture with get the same advantage, but we have a bit different about the characteristics like the small screen, the phone on Android, and we have to bundle the whole app into one the APK file. Okay, because my skill is quite strong about the technical stuff. Like so, I will talk about the base library that every developer will use when they develop their feature, their business function. Uh, and I will try to share that in uh, in the vision of a technical builder. And I will go. There is no list in the concept first, but we will go through the the requirement, and we break down a little bit one by one. And I also want to remind the mindset for the developers so that they can on of them can work on them can make it in every single journey. With disclaimer like that, like this is my working experience, and my word in this slide is not really good. Okay, let's start. Okay, for example, we are going to build the app with many business functions, and so I will share the first concept to be about the standalone concept. A standalone here, I mean that each business function should possible to be possible to run as a standalone application. They will have their own team set up with BA, with developer, with tester. You see about the setting, and as a developer, we will have our Git repository, our code scanner quality, and the artifact manager where we will release the library that we did. And what next? We will see how it look in Android Studio if we set up like that. In the screenshot, you will see that a project that developer will we create. We will have the library TCP journey. This is just an example name. And in this, we will have the code to implement the screen, the validation, the API call, and many more. Everything related to the business here. And in the app, we will run. It's like an empty app. It will trigger the business function from the library, and we can run it and test it by developer or yeah, more about it like uh, the library will be scanned by code quality scanner, and we will release the thing we release here is only the library, the app is not. And then at the end of the day, every team, every business function will release a library to in onto the artifact manager. So we at that time we will have a lot of library like this, and to build an app we will have to integrate them, combine them into one APK, and how to navigate. So the next step we have to make, I think, a communication contract, which means that we will have to define how to start a library. Maybe sometime we need to parameter, and sometimes not. And the second thing is we have to define when the library is end. It means that for example, when we transfer, then what we will do next, for example, that like that, and how we implement it like that. So let's start with the how to start the library first. In Android, we will every developer will know about the Fragment. It will like it's a place to display it's a to display a small portion of on the screen, or it can be full screen display, and we can build a composite structure of fragments. Like we will have a parent fragment to display the full screen app, and we will have a subfragment to display like an icon or a panel. That we can build a full composite structure, and the code is starting the code of to display fragment is quite easy. Like we will create a new instance, we will uh, bundle the argument, set it as an argument, and show it. This is just one variant of code to display a fragment. This is the dialog fragment. We have many other kind of fragment, like for example a small widget. We will display it in a different way. And for example, full screen we will display it in different way. So there will be many version of code to display one fragment. So we will come up with another solution that we will use the Android navigation component. In this one, we have uh, an XML file. In that XML file, we will listing on the we will list on the fragment we are going to use. For example, you see library 2 fragment in the type of a small dialog in the middle of screen. And when we use this, we can simplify the starting point. Like we can use navigation controller. We will navigate to the ID, and that's it. That's it. We don't have to care about what type of fragment is it. What yeah. Then with this we can make the first contract. That's how to start the fragment. Okay. So each library we have to base on the extend from a fragment, and each library we will have an entry point is a fragment, and in that fragment they can build any small subfragment to handle their business function, and each entry point of the library will be listed in the navigation of the app. Yeah, that's it, and can be start simply. Okay, this is how I make the contract to start. And we will go next to the how to make the endpoint of how to make the contract for the endpoint of a business function. Like we will get most of the developer to have this command thinking, like they will receive a lot of requirement, like when customer click on a button go to screen. And code they will do symbol like this. They will set on click on A and go to screen B. So they repeat it every single day. So when they receive the requirement, like when customer click on button finish transfer thì go to dashboard. This is quite similar, but in a level of journey. It's not the screen. So they will do it the same, like on button set click and go to dashboard. But the problem is that the code in the library 2 don't know about the where is the dashboard is, because we already split it into a standalone library. So they have to change this thinking, and we will come up with another one. This is quite important, so I name it. I name it a different way. I name it a selfish child. Actually, basically it was just a listener pattern apply on composite structure pattern. where the parent is the must and the only listener. It means that when we build the library, we will define an interface that will tell that there are a few functions like on library to finish or on library to cancel, like that, and the one who use the library will implement it. So, oh, for example, we can make the requirement before and some go to screen B. As a selfish child, the screen A simply say, okay, I'm done. I don't do anything. I am finished it now. I'm finished now. And the parent, the one who use this screen, will have to implement this and navigate it to the screen B. That is the concept of selfish child, as I name it. Like they don't be aware of see anything outside of the scope of Sony. They just shout out. They just cry to their parent like, "Hey, for example, like I need an account to transfer. I need an account. Okay, do something to give me an account, like that." So finally I have the final version of the communication contract. The the entry point and have and define the endpoint. So how it look like in the code, you will see that the entry point will be the transfer to journey, for example. This is the current naming convention that we are using currently. Like yeah, we will have the entry point. This is transfer to journey, and the endpoint of this journey is this router. I name it router, uh, and it will finish the journey. Will finish when one of the three function is called. So the parent will have to implement this. Yes, this contract is the one that I want on developer to remember and to follow. Most of us finish it, but a few newcomer did not get it. So I try to tell here. So we will have a look back about our app. The whole app will have the whole app will be the root in the composition structure pattern. In this app journey, this is an entry point of the app. It will have a lot of journey library sub fragment, and depending on the router, on the listener that journey, the child journey define. But they can, when journey library one finish, the app journey can navigate to library 2 or library 4, maybe based on the business requirement. So we think more like we try to apply it back to the screen inside a journey. For example, the screen is the screen is actually is a subfragment of the journey. Like as I said before, a journey is a fragment, and it is the root of the composite structure pattern, and they have many subfragments, and each of them are the screen. They are the screen. So for when we try to apply the contract to the journey, it will like the journey at screen A, screen 1, screen 2, and 3. Each screen is a starting point. It's a fragment. Must be a fragment. to be a starting point of the app, and the screen will be listed in the navigation, and Sony will handle the router of each screen to navigate around. This is how we apply the communication contract into the screens inside Sony. So at this point, we can mix them because they are on follow the communication contract. So we can mix them like this. This is the one that I very like it. For example, we have the transfer Sony. Yeah, we will build at first we will build the screen. Select a beneficiary. Yeah, in this screen we will have two functions, two router. The first one is on select, we select a self beneficiary, already self beneficiary. So the transfer zone will navigate to the input amount screen. Yeah. In case the customer tap on the plus button to create a new beneficiary, we will the transfer journey will navigate to the create new ben journey. This is the whole new journey with a lot of sub fragment inside, and even sub journey inside. For example, when we create a band, we can create a band from phone number. We create a band from account number, or create a band from TCBS security, like that. In this one, we have a lot of screen, a lot of function, but the uh, end point of this journey is like the beneficiary is created. Let's do next. And at this point, the chamber journey will just navigate to the input amount screen. Yeah, and then navigate next to the description, and tada, we finish the on complexity transfer journey with a few steps at the transfer transfer view level. Okay, we are going to the end of the contract journey. We have the and at the end of this uh, communication contract, I I build up a library to build a base for the new journey, which is the entry point. A journey can be an entry point, and screen also an entry point. And we have a new mindset for developer in coding, that I want to remind again that they should not think about consider outside of the scope of a screen they are doing, or the journey they are doing. Just write down the thing they don't control to the router, and let the parent handle it. And the ability of the base fragment of the base library, we added the blockability AI demo AI.
Look, are you there? Suddenly, I think you got disconnected. Look. Look, I think you got disconnected.
Johnny.
Okay, you're back. Look.
Oops.
Look, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Look.
yes, yes. I hear you now.
Okay. Good. All right, carry on.
It's quite like. Okay. Okay, 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 can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey.
Look, maybe it's better you turn off the camera if you want.
Okay. Okay, let me finish the last two concept in 2 slides because I only focus on the surface concept. The the third concept is about the leaf first. When global event happen, for example, when there is no internet connection or the section timeout, the concept I want is like the leaf in a composite structure is the first one receive this event. Uh, yeah, thing, thing not good.
I can hear you well, Luke. Can you continue?
Okay. Yes. Okay. About the third concept, the leaf first. I mean that when a global event happen, it's like when no internet connection happen, the on screen, the screen that is currently on the phone will be the first one received it. And in most of the case, they don't handle it and they route out to and rise up until the app, and the app will be handle event at the end. In uh, in this concept, I have two expenses like we give a chance to the current journey to react when the event happen. Like they can try to finish their animation, or like they can clean their resource before something happen. And we give a chance for the current journey to override the default action. For example, we get a few requests that they want to display different message in when the no internet connection is happen. So some workstream they want to display the top sheet button, top sheet dialog. Some workstream want to display the bottom sheet dialog. And for example, when we are no internet, we the, the transfer journey want to log in and out the customer and of them to locate back to avoid or transaction. And the fourth is it's not really advice that I want the developer understand much more about, for example, the view model, for example, the Jenkins and SonarQube, or the base service. As you can see on the screen, there's the list of feature that already done by the other developer, which they are know very well about the view model, about the Jenkins, about the widget, about the many many things. Let's describe in short for our developer. For the standalone here is for a developer. It's like just a project setup for developer. The service side is like do not. This is the mindset I want you to remember. Do not be aware. Consider anything outside of screen. Johnny Scott. Right to the router. The parent fragment will handle it. Okay, about the live first thì like do nothing except call this function. This is the pre-built function to handle two global action like no internet and section timeout. And they can also override the event by at the journey. Like which I is like study pro, study French, anything until you reach. Okay, that is all I want to share about the base library for Android developer that I was built before.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. I know we are running out of time as well. I appreciate you coming
Oh,
online and sharing this with all of us. It's been a pleasure working with you. I've learned really a lot from you on the Android and Kotlin
yeah,
world. Once again, thank you. A
yeah.
good time.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the time.
All right, take care.
That's it.